Hey everyone! Hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Sarah Song and I'm founder of Love Your Limbic. I am a certified aromatherapist and I help people with stress management using aromatherapy as a tool for self-care. I also work for Global Visual Merchandising at Murad, and I love working with Murad because one of their pillars that Dr. Murad has, to be kind to your mind, works perfectly with our sense of smell and aromatherapy. I'm super excited to be talking to you today about one of my favorite topics, which I think is probably everyone's favorite topic, which is how can we get better sleep? And I want to highlight some of my favorite essential oils and different ways to safely use essential oils to help us with our sleep. So just to go back a little bit and talk about how our sense of smell is so important for stress, and especially if we're having a really stressful day, month, and year, such as 2020, our sleep patterns, along with our stress response, has probably been very out of whack, which is very normal, to be honest with you. But our beautiful sense of smell works so wonderfully to calm our stress response in our nervous system because of our limbic system. And our olfactory bulb, as well as the amygdala, which is where stress starts in the brain, is all part of the same limbic system. So when we smell something pleasant, those aromatic molecules go up into the nose, they impact the amygdala of the brain, which is where our stress response is. And because of that, we're able to calm the nervous system, calm the mind down, slow down the body, and be able to be kind to our mind and help us with our stress response. And essential oils are awesome to also help us sleep. Sleep is so important. We all know what happens when we don't get enough sleep. We're crabby, we don't feel very good, and honestly, our cognitive abilities, you might feel less sharp, more foggy. It's all because we didn't have the amount of time that our cells actually need to restore. Another very interesting and cool fact to know is that our brain, even though it's only 2 to 3% of our body weight, it requires 20% of our energy stores. So that's why when we don't get enough sleep, when we can't restore our energy through the night, we wake up feeling grumpy, foggy, less sharp and on it. And that's something that is really important. Not only that we get enough sleep for our physical body, but also our emotional brain and also our cognitive abilities to just feel like we have it together. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorite ways to use essential oils for sleep, as well as which essential oils would be great for sleep. And this is awesome just even if you yourself are having sleep issues, or possibly a client of yours who maybe not be getting enough sleep. Maybe they're coming in complaining and just not feeling like they have enough energy. They could be a new parent. They just have a lot of stress. So this is great for something that what I'm about to share with you is great for you as well as your clients. So firstly, I want to share with you a roller ball recipe to use on the skin. And actually, what I love about this is it's become part of my sleep ritual. And it's really important that we create almost these patterns and rituals that our body really starts to anticipate to associate with sleep. So this is a 10 milliliter roller ball. And you can just get these anywhere. They're even on Amazon, but any kind of beauty supply should have something like this. With 10 milliliters, we want to make sure that we're putting the right dilution of essential oil. Essential oil safety when it comes to the skin is really important. So 10 mLs, each ml is about 20 drops. So about 200 drops of liquid can fit in here. We always want to follow a 3% guideline. So just keep that number in mind, 3%, which might sound very low, but these are very potent molecules that are found in the essential oils. And anything that could go higher, unless it's for something that's a chronic injury or an acute issue you have, you just run the risk of repeated use and some dermal irritation. So we really want to avoid that and start at 3%. So with 10 mLs, 20 drops per ml, that's 200 drops, and 3% is only going to be 6 mLs. So we'll just keep that to a math to our side. And then I want to share with you some of my favorite essential oils that I love to put in this rollerball recipe. Lavender, which is probably the most common essential oil, but very calming to the nervous system. And I think it has a really beautiful scent to it, which I love to kind of fall asleep to. And then next we have frankincense. Frankincense is a little spicy, a little more kind of soothing to the soul is what I like to call it. And with the lavender pairs very nicely. Another great essential oil for sleep is chamomile, as you probably know from chamomile tea and just the chamomile flower. It's probably one of the most calming and sedative to the nervous system, although it has a much more pungent smell. So I usually like to not have that be my lead essential oil. And lastly, I wanted to introduce clary sage, which is another flower. Has a more herbaceous, floral, almost like a dreamy-like quality to it, which I like to put in sleep recipes. So with these 4, I'm going to go 2 lavender, 2 frankincense, 1 chamomile, 1 clary sage, and then you're just going to put them in here. 2. Frankincense is one of my very favorite calming to the soul. And when I'm stressed out, I always reach for frankincense. Just makes me feel really happy. 1 chamomile, which is pretty strong, so you just want to use a drop. And listen, if you don't have all of these particular essential oils and you might have just one, that's totally okay too. That's awesome. You don't have to add more and more different ingredients to get more potency. This is just a way to include different types of essential oils into your recipe. Smells so good. Mix that well. Now you want to add a really high quality carrier oil, such as coconut. This is an organic fractionated coconut oil. Jojoba would work really well too. Argan oil, any type of oil that you might want to use as a massage oil base would be great for this. And then once you have filled it to the top, put your roller ball in, get it in there really well. And you really want to shake this well, and don't be afraid to shake it because you want all of those molecules to start interacting with one another. The scents start blending, the chemicals start blending. And then as a ritual, what I love to do is before you go to bed, you could just test this on your arm, see if you like it. I love this combination. I love to do the temples. I even will put it on my third eye just before I'm going to bed, behind the ears, the wrists. And this becomes my ritual, by the way. I also like to put one on my chest area. So by being able to anoint myself with all of these essential oils that smell amazing, this becomes my ritual, and this is what I fall asleep to, which is really calming and really, really beautiful. But again, any combination of those essential oils would work. You could also use, I've pulled vetiver, which I actually love to put 1 drop of vetiver in a hot bath before I go to sleep. I find 1 drop is all I need to just kind of lose myself a little bit, get really relaxed into that dreamlike state before I go to bed. This is a really beautiful grounding oil. Cedarwood could be another one if you want that aromatic profile into your roller ball as well. Some other good ones for sleep, sandalwood, very calming, very gentle, almost has a buttery sort of honey-like texture and aroma. The lavender we talked about, and then sweet marjoram. Marjoram, just like the herb that you might cook with, the chemical constituents within marjoram are extremely calming and relaxing. And actually a lot of scientific studies have been done around marjoram and relaxation and sleep, which is really cool. So lastly, I just want to share with you diffusing, which is super popular in the bedroom. You can use any one of these combinations depending on your diffuser. I don't have a water diffuser. This is a nebulizing. So therefore with the nebulizing diffuser, which does not require water, I'm not going to put vetiver or sandalwood in there because they're going to clog. These are thicker oils, but you could use this with a water diffuser. But I think I'm going to do a couple drops of cedar wood, which has a very different aromatic quality, but I love this with lavender. So with this type of diffuser, you can just put your drops in. This is my lavender. Lavender and cedarwood together have a very beautiful floral, but that woodsy kind of mix and quality. And some safety tips when it comes to diffusing, especially in the bedroom. So you want to signal to your brain and your body that the bedroom is for sleeping. But you don't necessarily need to do that by turning this on and blasting it all night long. These are volatile organic compounds in the essential oils, which means your diffuser is going to disperse all those chemicals through the air that are eventually going to land on your skin. And also, the more you have this on, the more habituation and what we call nose fatigue. You're not even going to smell that essential oil anymore. So the best and safest way to use a diffuser is to do maybe 30 minutes before you go to bed, turn this on for about 10-15 minutes max, and then turn it off, and then go to sleep. If your diffuser has a timer, that's even better, to be able to just time it for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, turn it off, and then enter the bedroom and go to sleep. You don't want to have this on all night long, especially if you're sleeping right next to it. So hopefully, lastly, I did want to share just one of my tips for sleeping. I love using a sleep mask. Personally, it's helped me so much in 2020. Just, being able to block out the light, being able to kind of create my own emotional cocoon, if you will. Sleep masks have really helped me a lot. So maybe it'll help you or one of your clients as well. That's all I have for you today with essential oils. We went over lavender, cedarwood, vetiver, sandalwood, chamomile, clary sage, and sweet marjoram. I was forgetting one. Those are all great for sleep. Hopefully you'll get a lot of sleep in the rest of 2020 and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye everybody.